Topic 10. Modals. Good day to you, young learners. We have a new topic in grammar that we will be dealing with today. You know, verbs or action words are an important part of speech in English grammar. Students, these verbs can be divided into two categories of main verbs and helping verbs. Any action word like draw, collect, write, swim, sleep, etc., when used in any sentence becomes the main verb. On the other hand, verbs like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did, etc. become helping verbs or auxiliaries. Today, we will be learning about a specific type of auxiliary or helping verbs called modal auxiliaries. Read the sentences given on the screen. Students, in these sentences, the verbs obey, visit, do, protect are all main verbs. Verbs like should, may, can, and must appear just before the main verb and hence are helping verbs or auxiliaries. Let's focus on these helping verbs. The helping verb in the first sentence, should, indicates that it is compulsory to obey the leader's instruction. Hence, this auxiliary is indicating the mood of compulsion. Such a helping verb which indicates a certain mood is called a modal auxiliary. Should in the first sentence is a modal auxiliary. Similarly, the helping verb may in the second sentence shows that there is a possibility of visiting a doctor. Hence, the verb may indicates that the event may or may not happen. May thus becomes a modal auxiliary of possibility. In the third and fourth sentences, the modal auxiliaries can and must indicate the mood of ability and compulsion or obligation respectively. Therefore, can and must also become modal auxiliaries. Now we know that a modal auxiliary is a helping verb or auxiliary verb that is used to indicate certain moods. Different modal auxiliaries indicate different moods, thus performing varied functions. In order to correctly understand the mood indicated by the modal, we must clearly understand the meaning of the sentence. Let's enlist all the modal auxiliaries. You must remember this list by heart. Can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, must or must have, might, ought to, need to. Students, each of these modal auxiliaries perform different function. Let's have a look at these functions in detail. The modal auxiliary can is used very commonly to indicate an ability of an individual. This ability would include any talent or special skill that person may have. In the sentence, India can win the World Cup. The verb can shows the ability of India to win the World Cup. The next modal is could. Could is used to indicate past ability. This means that by using this modal can be used to highlight a talent or skill that an individual had in the past. For example, if we could do it in past, we can do it now. Could indicates that the people were able to do something in the past and therefore they will be able to do it now. The next modal auxiliary is must. This helping verb is used to show compulsion. The use of must indicates that an action or activity is compulsory and must be done. In this sentence, we must follow all the school rules. The word must show that it is compulsory for all the school students to follow school rules. The next modal is must have. Though this modal has the word must in it, this auxiliary actually is used to show, guess, or conjecture. Let's read the following example. The train must have arrived on the platform. We are using the modal must have to guess whether the train has arrived or not. Next, we will learn about the auxiliary may. The modal may is very commonly used to ask for permission from an individual to do something. We often say, "May I come in?" "May I have a glass of water?" Here, the modal may clearly expresses permission. This modal may also performs another function. It is used to indicate the possibility of an event or activity, that is to show if something is likely to happen or not. It may rain heavily tomorrow. This statement shows that there is a possibility or likelihood that it would rain heavily tomorrow. Hence, the modal may here shows possibility. Another modal used to indicate possibility is might. We can easily replace may with might or vice versa, as they both indicate possibility. It might rain heavily tomorrow. Students, the modal auxiliary will is used to express certainty. The use of this modal would show that a person or group of people are determined to do something. In this sentence, we will create history with our efforts. The modal will expresses certainty and determination that the people will definitely create history with their hard work. The next auxiliary we will learn about is would. Read the sentence given on the screen. We would sit by the fire and listen to grandma's stories. The auxiliary would is used to represent an action that was done in the past but is no longer done in the present. Thus, would expresses past habitual action or past discontinued action. Ought to is another important modal auxiliary. It is used to express any moral obligation or duty. For example, we ought to help the poor and the needy. The use of the modal ought to tells us that it is our duty to help the poor and less fortunate. The next modal auxiliary is need to. In this sentence, we need to unite as a nation to fight this problem. The use of this auxiliary, need to, highlights the fact that it is necessary for people of the country to unite and fight against the problem. Hence, this modal auxiliary is used to express necessity. Students, we have covered many of the important modal auxiliaries. Let's learn about the last two auxiliaries on the list. Shall is an important modal that is used to express certainty and determination. Hence, we can use it to replace another auxiliary, will, which performs the same function. We shall emerge victorious from this war. The use of shall shows certainty and determination by the people who are certain that they would win the war. Lastly, we will look at the use of the modal auxiliary should. Should is mainly used to express an advice or suggestion. Let's consider an example. We should go on a trek this weekend. Here, the modal should is used to suggest that a group of people could go on a trekking trip during the weekend. We have now learned all about these helping verbs and the different functions they perform. You must try to remember these functions and understand the meaning of the sentence to solve the related exercise questions.